Yeah. Let's start now our new lesson here, 12 lesson, chapter 12, lesson 4, which talking about angle measures and segment length. In this lesson, we have to learn how to find the measure of angles formed by the chords, secant, and tangent, and how to find the length of the segments associated with circle. Before start with it, let's remember now what is the difference between the secant, radius, diameter, chords, and tangent. We said at the beginning of the chapter that the tangent is a ray or the line segment that touch the circle at one point. And the chord, it's a line segment that is its end points is on the circle, but it didn't pass through the center. The diameter is the same. It's the line segment that's its end points on the circumference of the circle, but it's passed through the center of the circle. The radius, it's half the diameter. Its end points from the center and with the circumference of the circle. The secant, it's a ray, or that is there's end points is outside the circle. So the secant and the chord, they are the same, but the secant endpoints that they are outside the circle, but the chord, they are on the circle. The secant and the chord, they didn't pass through the diameter, through the center of the circle. Now let's find today now what is the relation between the tangent, the chord, the diameter, the radius, and the angles between them. Let's start now with the theorem 12 or the number 13, or theorem number 13 in our chapter. That we say in it, the measure of an angle formed by two lines that intersect inside a circle. So if you have two lines, these two lines that are intersect inside a circle, the angle that is be from this intersecting, which is angle number 1, its measure is half. Now look at here, let's say like here now. We have a circle. Now, for this circle here, if you have a line and another line that they are intersecting inside the circle. For these two intersecting lines, we have an angle, which is here, angle 1. Now, the measure of angle 1 is what? It is half the measure of angle x plus y. Now, where is x and where is y? This is x, and this is y. This is an arc. X, and this is an arc y. So the measure of angle 1 will be half the measure of angle x plus y. So you have to find the measure of the arc x plus measure of arc y, divide them by half, you will get the measure of angle 1 of x plus y. What about now angle 2? Now, what is the measure of angle 2?
It's the double.
Is it the same?
No, it's gonna be bigger.
Why it's bigger?
No, it's the same. They're vertical angles.
I think it is the same because
Yeah.
both cut in the same.
Hello, Maya. Let's look at my girls, please. There's someone here that's open to devices or
Teacher, it's me.
why?
Teacher, because I'm talking from my phone and opening from my computer. because my mic in the computer will be like I can't speak and
But can you mute one of them?
خلاص okay, thank you teacher.
Yeah, welcome. Because I hear my voice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's no problem. Okay. So here now Maya, don't say my drawing here is not accurate. It's not correct. So that's why 2 is not greater than 1. They are equal because we know that from grade 7 maybe, if you have 2 angles that they are vertical, that they are opposite to each other from 2 lines that they are intersecting, these 2 angles are correct, are equal. So angle 1 equal angle 2. So the measure of angle 1 is equal to measure of angle 2. So how can we find the measure of angle 1? By say half the measure of arc x plus arc y. If you add x plus y divided by 2, you will find the measure of angle 1 and angle 2. This is for our first theorem. Let's now solve A here. What is the value of each variable? Let's solve A first. That's related to our theorem. Now here, the measure of angle x is, since we have 2 lines that they are intersecting inside a circle, so I will say it is half measure of x, which is 40 x plus 90. So 46 plus 46, yes, plus 90 is 136. Divide by 2 will be the measure of angle x. 13 over 2 is 6, 12, 8. So it is 68. So the measure of angle x is 68 degrees. This is if we have 2 lines that they are intersecting inside a circle. Don't forget that are 2, I'm talking about, it could be diameter and chord. It could be chord and chord. These 2 lines, if they are intersecting inside a circle, okay, the measure of the angle that's formed by this intersection will be half the measure of the 2 arcs, or the summation of the 2 arcs divided by 2. This if we have 2 lines that they are intersecting inside the circle. Now, what are the 2 lines that are inside the circle? Chord and diameter. Now, sometimes here, if the 2 lines, such as secant and tangent, these 2 lines now, they are intersecting outside the circle. Like here, you have a circle. You have this is the first tangent line, and also there's here a chord, or a secant, sorry. Now, both of them here now are intersecting outside the circle, not inside, outside the circle. So the angle that's formed here from intersecting outside the circle, what you have to do? Look at this angle here. This angle, it is, we have this arc, which is, they name it in the book with angle, with arc Y. And this arc here, we name it with arc X. Now, since the 2 lines are intersecting outside the circle, so I will say the measure of angle 1 will be half x minus y. Since the angle is outside, so the measure of arc x minus y. This is the difference between the 2 theorems. If the 2 lines intersecting inside, you have to say measure of x plus y. If they are intersecting outside, you have to say x minus y. Now let's see here more examples.
Teacher, if this line is tangent and segment, what about the other one? They are chords?
This
Or-
this is this is, yeah, this is a secant, and this is wait. Now look at it here. In case number one, oh, this one here, you have a secant and another secant. So we have two secants here. If these two secants, so in this number one here, wait, sorry, I draw with white. In this case here, we have two secants. These two secants now are intersecting outside the circle. So the measure of angle 1 will be x minus 1, the greater minus the smaller one. Another case, if we have a tangent line with secant. So here we have two secants. Here we have one secant, one tangent. So also we have to say it is half of x minus 1. In this case here we have two tangent. This is the first one and this is the second one. So you have to say x minus y, the greater minus the smaller one.
And the other one have two secants, right?
The first one, two secant. The second one secant, one tan.
I
And the last
mean,
one, two tan.
It was 13. It was 13.
In 13, no. Here you have, and sometimes you have two chords. Sometimes you can say two secants. But the most important, that they are intersecting inside a circle. Okay. What are the lines that intersect inside the lines that can pass the circle? As you see here, it could be the secant. It could be the secant, it could be the chord, it could be the diameter. Any of these three lines, if they are intersect, any two from these three lines, if they are intersect inside a circle, you have to say that x plus y. Now, what are the two lines that are going outside the circle? Only the secant and the tangent. So outside the circle, only the secant and the tangent. The tangent cannot be inside the circle, but the secant can be. Now, if the secant intersect with a tangent outside the circle, you have to say x minus y. If the secant intersect with chord or diameter inside a circle, you have to say x plus y. Is it clear now?
Yes, teacher, thank you.
Yeah. Now, let's solve now B here. In B here, we have I think it's not a diameter, it's a chord. Oh, it's a secant, sorry. We have a secant and intersecting with a tangent outside the circle. So here, they told me now.
So we're going to use measure 1 equal half times x minus y.
So the measure of angle, let's name it with 1, is half x minus y. Now, if here is, so we name it here with z. That's always we have to name it z. So if x minus z. Now x is 95. Z is unknown. Angle 1, it's 20. So 20 is 95 minus z. Then here I want to cancel half, so multiplying by 2 the both sides. So 2 times 20 is 40 equals 95 minus z.
Teacher, we wrote the number of arc in degree.
Yes.
Like they are not lengths?
No, it is the measure of arc.
Okay.
So 95 minus 40, it's 55. measure sorry measure of arc Z. Okay, so here the measure of arc Z will be 55 because the two lines are intersecting outside the circle. So we have to say 95 minus Z. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher, like in the quiz, are you going to ask us about the proving and to prove that this
No,
is equal?
no.
Because I really hate it.
And just like this, I bring you some circles and I ask you to find the angles or anything else, or the
And teacher, when
radius
you
or
solve
something.
it, do we need to write like in words what this theorem and like that, or just show you how we solve it?
No, just don't write مثلا 12, 13, but مثلا as an example, if you write this one, write beside it, because there's two, أو not two, sorry. احكي مثلا احكي لي 1 secant and 1 tangent intersect outside the circle. I like this only.
Okay, and I can write just the formula, right? Like just write the formula and how I solve it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yeah. Is it clear now, B?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now let's solve. Got it one here. What is the value of each variable? Okay. Now what's the value of each variable? I'm sorry. Here now. Here we have a circle. And there we have two tangents that they are intersecting inside the circle and form an angle of 70. I want to find W. Now, here, the measure of the R of the angle 70 degree is half. Now, where's the lines intersecting? Inside or outside?
Out the circle. Out.
Outside. So you have to say it is
It's minus.
W minus 110. So 70 is half times W minus 110. Then I want to cancel half, so times 2 times 2. So 140 is W minus 110 plus 110 plus 110. So we have to say that the measure of angle of arc W is 255. Now, if sometimes find it as like, as an example, like 50. If your answer find it as 50, by your logic, look at it here. It have to be extremely 70% of the circle. So how it can be 50? So sometimes after you solve everything, look at it by your sense, by your logic, look at it. It is correct to be 255. If you find it as 50, there's something wrong. Okay?
Yes, teacher.
Let's solve now B.
Teacher, actually 255 plus 110 is 365. So yeah.
Now let's solve angle Y here.
Teacher, W is always X and 110 is always Y, right?
Yeah, yes, أيوة. The greatest minus the lowest. Now let's find now angle B, angle Y here. The measure of angle Y is half 110 minus 30. 110 minus 30 is 80. Half of them is 40. So the measure of angle Y is 40 degree. Now let's find C. No, sorry. Here we have a circle, and inside a circle we have two lines that they are intersecting inside a circle. And these two lines form an angle of 35. So the measure of the angle 35 is half what?
X plus Y.
X plus 30. Now the angle is known. One of the arcs is known. I need to find the other arc. So 35 is half times x plus 30. Let's multiply 2 by this two sides here. So we have 70 degrees as x plus 30. So x, it will be 40 degrees. So the measure of the arc x here is 40 degrees. Is it clear?
Yes.
Let's solve now another examples. Now here, number 8. Yalla. What is the measure of angle x?
It will be half times 68. I mean 160 minus 68.
Minus 68. Bravo. So then 160 minus 68. So 15 minus 9 is 6. So it's 92 by 2. 9 over 2 is 4. 12 over 2 is 6. So the measure of angle x here is 46 degrees. This is for number 8. Now, number 9. In number 9 here, we have to find the measure of angle x. Half
30 minus 30 because it's outside.
30.
Bravo. Since it's outside, so we have to subtract them. So the measure of angle x will be 50 degrees. Now, look at number 10 now. In number 10 here, we have a circle. We have an angle 50 that they are intersect outside the circle. I want now to find x. Yes, Haneen, how did you find x?
We will say it will be 50 equals x, 160 minus x.
Yeah, half of 160 minus x. Bravo. So 50 here is half 160 minus x, then times 2 times 2. So 100 is 160 minus x. So x is 60 degrees. So this is 60. Now, this is 60, and this is 160. So what about this arc here?
It's going to be 200.
No, 160 plus 60. It is what?
200.
220 minus 360. 140. Is it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why it's 140? Because I subtract 360 minus 160 plus 60. But let me see. But 160, is it for this arc or for the whole arc?
I think 160 is only like for the area between the two lines.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry, I mean between the two tangents. I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
the tangents here.
So here we have it as 60 and 160. Now, why did I need y? Why did I find 140? To help me to find y. Because what did we say yesterday or the previous lesson?
It's half of the
Yes, bravo.
arc.
It's half the measure of its intercepted arc. That's why I found what the measure of its arc, the red arc, 140. When you find it, you can help you to find the measure of angle y. So here, angle x, it's very easy. To find angle y, what you have to do, you look at angle y here. You have to say, okay, the angle y, it is an angle that intersects between a tangent and a secant. Our theorems today, we are talking about two lines. They are intersecting inside a circle. Both of them are inside a circle, and both of them are outside the circle. But angle y here, it's an angle, an angle formed by two sides. They are intersecting, but one from inside as one from outside. And its vertex is on the circumference of the circle. To find it now, you have to say it is half the measure of this arc. What is the measure of this arc? By using the summation of the arcs here, which is 360 minus 160 plus 60. You find it as 140.
And then we will find the angle, which is
Yes,
1.
which is 70. So, is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes, teacher.
So let's hear. I will not solve with you now. I will not continue with you, but I will repeat the theorems. And tomorrow, inshallah, we are going to solve number 11 because I want to give you some minutes before the exam. But here, I will repeat. In the theorems that are talking about for the lines, if we have two lines that they are intersecting inside a circle, and sometimes you have like now, here we have angle 1, here we have angle 2, and here we have angle 3. Now, look at angle 1. Angle 1, we have a tangent and a chord that they are intersecting on the circumference of the circle. So the measure of angle 1, this one here, it will be half the inscribed or the intercepted arc, sorry, which is arc x as an example. So the measure of arc x, because this one here, they are a tangent with a chord intersecting in a circle, not outside, either inside. It's exactly on a circle. Now, if these two lines now are intersecting but inside a circle, which is angle 2, you have to say it is half the measure of y and w. So you have to say it is y plus w, since it's intersecting inside the circle. Now, if the line is intersecting outside the circle, not on the circle, outside the circle, that's make angle 3. So we have to say half the measure of, this is w, and this is z. So we have to say it is z minus w. Is it clear?
Teacher, isn't it y? Isn't it w minus y?
W? No, I mean
Minus
angle 3. Angle 3, this is the arc. D,
Oh,
and this is arc W.
okay.
Okay. Here you can say in the case number here, it's not Y. You can name it with I as an example. This one, the small one here. We name it with I, not W. Because it's actually this one, exactly this one here. Not the whole W that we use it in
Yeah.
angle 2. Is it clear now?
Teacher, and Z take the place of W or only this place to make it in paper?
Yes, it's this is one here. This is the.
Okay. So in angle 3, we take the one that opposite it and the one that is the bigger.
Yeah, no,
opposite
this
brass.
is, yeah, I mean, like, this is the two angles. Oh, this is the angle. It makes two arcs. The arc 1 minus arc 2. This is what I mean. Okay, so this is the three theorems. If it is intersect on a circle, what you have to do, intersect inside a circle, what you have to do, and intersect outside a circle, what you have to do. The three cases are different. Is it clear now?